Hello, I'm John Bakke, Assistant Principal, Dean of Students at Lakeville South High School.
Hello, and I'm Dan McNulty, Assistant Principal, Dean at Lakeville North High School.
We are here today to present the registration information for the fall of 2021-2022.
This video is provided for both Lakeville North and Lakeville South students that are enrolling into our schools.
We hope you find this information informative.
The 2021-22 Lakeville North and South course registration information. This is for the class of 2022, class of 2023, and class of 2024.
The Lakeville South Assistant Principal Deans. The alphabet A through E is Kelly McDermott. The part of the alphabet F through LE is Kristen Johnson. The LI through ROG part of the alphabet is John Bakke, and the alphabet ROL through Z is Paul Donner.
I'd like to introduce the Lakeville North Assistant Principal / Deans. The Cheryl Mager has the alphabet from A through FE. I, Dan McNulty, have the alphabet FI through LE. Carrie Zahn has the alphabet LI through RI. And Holly Stankey has the alphabet RO through Z.
As you can see, there are copies of the Lakeville North and Lakeville South diplomas displayed. These diplomas will be presented to all of you as you finish your graduation requirements at the graduation ceremony held at Mariucci Arena on the campus of the University of Minnesota.
We're going to talk about credit requirements in order to get that diploma. As you can see on this slide, there are certain requirements in certain areas that you need to fulfill. First requirements is the English language arts. You need 8 semester courses of English. You need 2 semester courses of art, 6 semester courses of math, 6 semester courses of science. In Phy Ed and Health, you need 2 semester courses, so 1 of each. 7 semester courses in social studies, and 13 semester courses of electives. That gives you a total of 44 semester courses in order to graduate from either Lakeville North or Lakeville South. If you do 12 classes each year, that would give you a total of 48 semester courses. That is with a traditional schedule.
As Mr. McNulty said, this presentation is for the classes of 2022, 2023, and 2024. You can see this one is showing the credit requirements for Lakeville South 2024. This would also apply to those students in 2022 and 2023. As it's broken down, you'll be able to see there are 44 little blanks on here. If you get all of your courses completed successfully, you will have 48 courses completed. The requirements are broken down by the area of study. In the top left, you will see for the students that are the incoming 10th graders, they will be looking at English 10 or Honors English 10. The incoming 11th graders will be looking at AP English Language, which would take care of the first 2 in the junior year, or they can go the regular direction and take English 11 along with public speaking or interpersonal communications. That's in their junior year. And then those students that are going to go into their senior year, they would be looking at English 12 or one of the media studies elective, or if they chose to go into AP English Literature, they would be able to choose that, and that would cover those 2 that are required for their senior year. Going into the math area, students are looking at going into the next level. So that would mean if they had, in 9th grade, they had intermediate algebra, then in 10th grade, they would have geometry, in 11th grade, they would have algebra 2, and possibly as a senior, they would go on to taking either pre-calculus or college algebra and trig. Those students that are in the other group that had honors geometry as a 9th grader would then have honors algebra 2 as a 10th grader. They would have honors pre-calc as an 11th grader, and then would have AP Calc as a 12th grader. If your students started in 9th grade in honors algebra 2, they in 10th grade would have honors pre-calc, in 11th grade would have AP Calc AB, and as a senior would have AP Calc BC. Again, as you can see, 3 years of math is required. We have about 80 to 85% of our students that take 4 years of math. On to the science in the top middle. If your students started out in physical science as a 9th grader, as a 10th grader, they would take some form of biology. And then as an 11th grader, they would take some form of physics. As a senior, they could go on to take some form, they could take a physics or something else along the science area. If your students started out at honors biology in 9th grade, they would then be looking at some version of chemistry in 10th, 11th grade, and then possibly they would take physics as a senior. And as you can see, there's the choices of taking the AP biology, AP Chem, AP Physics as possibilities, along with any number of other choices within the science area. Again, only 3 years of science is required. Again, 80 to 85% of our students take 4 years of science. Down in the music art area, you're required to take 2 courses in this area. At Lakeville South, you have any music or any art, and we'll be going through what those are later, along with any of the courses that are listed below. So you have a variety of choices. Again, only 2 are required for graduation. You look in the top right, you have physical education. You need 1 course in physical education during your 4 years at Lakeville South and North, actually. And if you were to take any extra ones, they would go down in the elective area. Then you need one health issues course. And then in the social studies area, if you were to take as a 9th grader and you were to take geography and civics, as a 10th grader you would go on to take some version of U.S. history for the year. As an 11th grader you would take some version of world history for the year. And then as a senior you would take a semester of an economics version. So that ends up being 3.5 years within social studies. If you were a student that was taking human geography, AP human geography as a 9th grader, that would then count for your geography credit. The extra semester for that AP human geography year-long course would go down in the bottom in electives. And then as you look at the electives, you see there's 13 there that you need for graduation. The courses that would go down there from the areas of study would be in the world language area, business, facts, anything in industrial technology. At Lakeville South, there's some of the STEM courses that would fall within there. Students with an IEP that are taking some of the resource classes would fall within there also. Any extra courses that you fill up, any areas, so if you're a student that would go on to take a 4th year of math, that 4th year of math would go down in the elective area. Again, you'll end up with, if you take a regular schedule, you pass all the classes, you'll actually end up with 4 extra electives at the end of your time at Lakeville South.
I think Mr. Bakke did an excellent job of letting you know the different requirements on the credit check. Our credit check at Lakeville North is similar to Lakeville South. The only difference is in the area of arts. They have some teachers that have passed the art standards for certain classes, so they are allowed to have their classes count for the art requirements. But all of our art and music classes count for that course or credit. You can find these credit checks or these credit templates online at our website, both at Lakeville North and Lakeville South, and it will be under the activities part. I know we'll be sending out links to everybody, whether email, Schoology, Blackboard, all of that stuff, with links to these program of studies, to the credit checks, all of that. So these are the templates that all of us assistants use. In our offices, we have one for each of our students, and we fill them out for our students, but we also encourage the students and the parents to know this inside and out as well, because this is their requirements for graduation. So
we went through the credit checks pretty thoroughly, but now we're going to break them down just to make sure everybody's on the same page here. So in the English area, the English language arts, as a 9th grader, they would have taken some version of the English 9. Again, they go on to some version of English 10. And again, they can choose the version they would like to be in. As a junior, the regular version is English 11 for a semester, public speaking or interpersonal communications for a semester, or you can go the AP version, which is English language and composition for the entire year. For senior year, you can go the regular version of English 12 and one of the media studies electives, or you can go the full year of AP Lit and composition.
these are your math requirements. So you can see there is 2 tracks here. The first track is the intermediate algebra, the geometry, and then algebra 2. So that gives you 3 full years of math. Or the other track is starting off in 9th grade, geometry, algebra 2, and then a math elective. Some students might have had geometry in 8th grade. That does count as a math credit. So you would already receive that. And then they would go algebra 2 and then a math elective.
At Lakeville South, they do have the option at Lakeville South, seniors do, to take College Now Pre-Calculus. To take that course, students must have a 3.0 GPA and be in the top 50% of their class to earn 5 Southwest Minnesota State University credits. So that is an option at Lakeville South for seniors that fall within those qualifications.
That's a great deal.
Back to the science area. So again, if you had physical science in 9th grade, 10th grade, you would have some form of biology. 11th grade, some form of chemistry. Then as a senior, you'd have other choices, possibly physics. And then in the other version, you'd have honors biology as a 9th grader or AP bio. And then as a 10th, 11th grader, take some form of chemistry. And then possibly as a senior, taking AP physics.
These are the credit requirements for social studies. You all should have had some sort of geography or civics, or if you haven't had your civics yet, you will be taking that soon. Your 10th grade year, U.S. history is a requirement, or AP United States history. 11th grade year, full year, world history, AP art history, AP Euro history, or AP world history modern. And then 1 semester of economics, or AP macroeconomics or AP microeconomics.
This is the area that is a little different for both schools, and we went over that when we were in the credit check section. I would strongly suggest that you look at the credit checks for the 2 schools because they are a little different. This that you see in front of you right now, this is for Lakeville South. And Lakeville North does not have this exact offering situation, so it is imperative for you to look at the specific grade level credit check that is available on our website to get the exact possibilities for this area.
The physical education and health requirements. So you see you need 2 semester classes, one being physical education, and that's an elective, and then health issues. There are options for $350. Students can take online health issues or online physical education over the summer. It's a good option to get more classes in during the school year. And you can see the link listed there. And it is a first come, first serve. Those classes actually fill up pretty quickly over the summer.
Slide number 14, the electives. So as I said earlier, anytime you fill up one of the areas in the credit check and you have any extra classes, they will fall within this area, along with world language, facts, business, industrial technology, and any students that with IEPs that are taking resource classes, many of those fall within this area also. Important to remember, as a senior, if you get all your credits and pass all the classes, you'll actually end up with 4 extra in this area. Slide number 15, the course selection guide for Lakeville South. So as you look at this is in slides number 15 and 16 will have the course selection guide for Lakeville South. So you see all the options that are available. So as we look through this really quickly, you can see there's a number of choices in each area of study. Important for you to try to have a feel for where your interests lie and from a college preparation standpoint. There, as we point out just a couple of things, you can see the various areas in the art area, the business, marketing, and technology. There's a number of courses that are hybrid and online choices there. The English language arts, you can see creative writing is listed in there, along with the journalism, the yearbook, those type of things. Family consumer science, that child development course, we actually bring in children for our students to teach in that course. And then you have foods courses that are within there. The music, a full selection of physical education classes, similar to a college actually. And then on the next page, you then will see the course selection guide with the science area. Those students that are interested in something in the health related fields should absolutely be taking anatomy 1 and 2. Other courses in there, forensics, wildlife ecology, and social studies. We have a brand new course called the Music of Social Justice. Other very popular electives in there are criminal justice, along with sociology, psychology, and also the history of sports is within that area. Another very popular elective chosen by students at North and South. And then you have the STEM Academy for Lakeville South with a full listing of courses that fall within there. The Woods courses that are available at Lakeville South, and along with the world languages of American Sign Language, French, and Spanish.
This is the course selection guide for Lakeville North. This lists all the courses that are available on this one for 11th and 12th graders. The 10th graders will be separate, and you can get their course selection from the website as well. But it breaks it down into the different areas. If you see 2 boxes on there, that means it's a full year course. If you see 1 box, it means it's 1 semester course. There's a couple pages to your course selection, and you see there's a lot more courses that you can choose from than when you were a 9th grader or even a 10th grader. So there's more classes for the 11th and 12th graders. So when you're doing your registration, we'd like you to fill this out, come up with 4 alternates if you can, so that when you go onto the computer to register, you would have this with you, and then you just can plug those in. It's an easy process. So those are the classes that that are offered for you. These are some more course selection classes that you can take, and these are classes that are offered at Link 12 and Lakeville South. This is offered for both Lakeville North and Lakeville South students, the Link 12 courses. We do have students that will take a few classes because these are all online courses at Link 12. So you've had some experience with distance learning and online courses, and that's what these courses would be. So you are more than welcome to select those. Now we have some classes at Lakeville South that you could select. We do have students that will come over to their wood shop, where Lakeville South students would come over to our metal shop. So we share students between the two schools. We offer our classes up for the Lakeville South students, and Lakeville South offers classes for the Lakeville North students. We do sometimes are able to provide transportation. We usually have a bus that comes in the morning to drop students off to Lakeville South, or we have it 6th hour, but busing is hit or miss. We try to get at least one period, but the majority of the students that do come over are upperclassmen, and they do have transportation.
These are the rigorous courses. Just a quick description of these, because most of you are familiar with this. Just to quickly go through the honors courses, go a little faster, go a little further, a little more in depth. Those are in the area of English language arts, social studies, science, and world language and math. The advanced placement courses, this is a standard curriculum from around throughout the nation. They have the same curriculum. They can earn college credit based on their test score. The highest you can score on an AP test is a 5. Generally, four-year colleges throughout the nation will give students credit for a course that they achieve a 4 or 5. Some will give them credit in the 3 range. And there are 21 AP courses available at Lakeville South and Lakeville North course possibilities. For the PSEO, the post-secondary enrollment option, this is a possibility for students that want to take college courses outside of Lakeville North and Lakeville South. If a student is interested in doing that, the most popular choices for PSEO are generally to Normandale Community College, because it's so close. People also go to Inver Hills Community College, the University of Minnesota, Northwestern of St. Paul. These are some of the more popular places to go PSEO. If you're interested in doing that and you go on the website of those colleges, they have applications that you can fill out, and you can also work with the dean's office to get more information regarding the post-secondary enrollment options.
Just some more information about PSEO. This past year, we did have a large number of students do PSEO. I had a large number of juniors that went this year. It is a great option for students to get some college credits out of the way. If you are interested in PSEO, this is something that we encourage you to set up a meeting with your assistant principal dean to discuss, look at the eligibility, look at your credits, and then fill out the application. You can see that 10th graders do have the option. A lot of schools in PSEO for 10th graders, they have certain classes that you can only take as a 10th grader, and it's usually one class each semester.
The STEM Academy at Lakeville South has become extremely popular at Lakeville South. It's for students that have a lot of interest in the area of science and math. And again, very highly involved with students that like activities with critical thinking, hands-on type things. And we invite you to get involved in that at Lakeville South. So this is the kind of the game plan for getting the STEM certification at Lakeville South. You would have to get 8 semesters of math, 8 semesters of science, and then follow that up with Engineering Your Future 1 and 2. Those are all requirements to get the STEM certification. You would also take a course within the Computer Programming, IT, Engineering Your Future 3, the Biomed, which is in the area of Anatomy and Physiology, and Environmental Engineering. These are all possibilities in the 3rd level of the STEM Academy. And then you finish it up with a project, a capstone project that you work with one of the teachers in this STEM Academy to work on an extensive semester-long project that truly prepares you for the next level of education.
We have a couple of programs at Lakeville North that I would like to talk about. The first one is the biomedical program. This is an amazing program that we offer. It prepares students with hands-on real-world skills needed to succeed in the fields of biomedical sciences. There are 4 courses for this program, and they're year-long courses. The first course is Honors of Principles Biomedical Science. This would fulfill your biology requirement. The next year, you would take Honors Human Body Systems. And then the next 2 years, because we alternate which years we offer this program, one would be Honors Medical Intervention, and then the next year would be Honors Biomedical Innovations. We alternate those years from year to year. The other course that I'd like to talk about is the Manufacturing, Engineering, and Technology at North. We offer in that program courses in Engineering Innovation, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We also offer Architecture 1, 2, 3, Geometry for Design and Engineering, Manufacturing, Metals, and Welding, Computer-Aided Design and Engineering, Robotics 1 and 2. Amazing programs in this department. As you can see, slide 26. As you can see in the engineering innovation, the different areas, you'll be doing in those pathways. It also talks about the capstone projects and the occupations for that capstone.
There are a number of hybrid choices at Lakeville South and Lakeville North both. This is a full listing of those opportunities. So now, again, I know people have been involved with our COVID situation. We've been taking hybrid courses throughout this school year. This just a quick review. This is a situation where you would have class possibly Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and not be in class Tuesday and Thursday, or vice versa. So a full listing of hybrid courses, and you can see them in the area of art, business, English, facts, health, math, science. And this is the remainder of the hybrid courses availability in social studies and world language.
These are the online courses offered between Lakeville North and Lakeville South. Both schools offer these online courses offerings, and you can see the different areas for Lakeville North, which ones we offer, and then the ones for Lakeville South in which they offer. Those are an option for you to take, and those are all online.
So when you look at, as far as planning your schedule for whether it be 10th, 11th, 12th grade, and you're looking at the possibility of going to a 4-year college, What should you be looking for? Well, this is what the colleges and universities are looking for. 4 years of English, which you will have. Social studies, 3 years, you'll have 3.5 here. Math, 3 to 4 years, you'll have that. Science, 3 years, you'll have that too. World language, 2 to 3 years of world language, you'll have to choose that. Again, it is not required for graduation to have 2 to 3 years of world language, but 4-year colleges generally like to see 2 to 3 years of a world language. The fine arts area, you will have that covered with your at Lakeville North or South. And then looking at things that will help to get you accepted to some of the more competitive colleges, looking for opportunities to volunteer, community service, anything involving in the area of leadership. These are all things that will help your candidacy in getting into the next level of education.
Now we're going to get started into registration. On this slide, it talks about the program of studies and where to find it. You will need, when you are starting registration, you will need to be able to access the program of studies to look at the different course descriptions. You should also have your credit check with you, and you should also have the course selection sheet that is the classes that are being offered. Okay, so looking at this slide, you go and you log into, or you go to the Lakeville, this one is the Lakeville South High School website, and you would find the program of studies underneath the academics tab on the left. The program of studies is roughly 200 plus pages. You can look at it as from the departments. So if you were looking at the business department, you could find it from there, or if the social studies department, things like that. So this is where you would find the program of studies.
So when you're looking at the type of schedule that you're going to choose, we have 2 types of schedules. So there's a traditional schedule that goes from 8:02 to 2:37, and that's 6 classes. And then there's another schedule that's called the early bird schedule that has 7 classes. That is a very small amount of courses available to that. Students in this situation must provide their own transportation. Students must be enrolled in a world language and choir or AVID or in a STEM academy to be eligible for early bird. So you must have those to qualify for early bird. The courses that may be offered for early bird starting at 7 o'clock in the morning are Honors English 10, U.S. History, AP Lang, Algebra 2, Geometry, AP Psychology. These are possible that they may be offered if we have enough students that register for these courses.
So getting into registration, this is very important that you follow these instructions and that you are getting into your campus, Infinite Campus portal to register. I hope that you all have access to this. I am sure you do. If you don't, please contact one of the assistants at the high schools to get access. But you log into your Infinite Campus portal, and on this slide it shows you what it looks like. So you would put in your name and password and log in.
After you're logged in, go to look on the left side of that screen. You go all the way down to where it says More and click on More.
On this slide, you will go to the course registration. You will click on Course Registration.
On this screen, you click on the 2021-2022 Lakeville North, or if you're at Lakeville South, 2021-2022 Lakeville South High School, click on that right in the top middle of the screen.
This is where you're building your schedule. And you can see this is a typical 9th grader. Some of these classes already were preloaded. Some of you won't have classes preloaded. The seniors probably will have their traditional schedule preloaded, already preloaded. So 10th and 11th graders, you get to decide whether you have a traditional schedule or an early bird schedule. Your goal is to click on the courses and get 32 out of 32 units, which means typically you're going to have 12 classes, okay? When you're counting down, don't count your schedule. Don't count traditional schedule as a class. Count your classes. Make sure that you have 12 classes for a traditional. Make sure you have 14 classes for an early bird schedule. And it should say 32 out of 32. Now, if you don't have 32 out of 32, then there's something wrong, okay? So go back, count them up, and make sure that you've registered for 32 out of 32. Now, another note. When you sign up for, let's say, U.S. History, you have to sign up for U.S. History Semester 1. Then you have to go back in and then sign up for U.S. History Semester 2. Okay? Even with the world language. So if you sign up for Spanish 2, go back in and sign up for Spanish 2 Semester 2. Okay? There's so many times where I have students that will sign up for Spanish 2 Semester 1, and then they'll sign up for Spanish 3 Semester 2. So make sure that you don't make those mistakes and you double check what you've registered for.
Again, make sure on this screen that you go to the bottom left and it says Add Course. You click on that every time you want to add another course in. This is another part of the registration process. You click the plus to add the course. So after we go down and we said to add course in the bottom left, it'll bring the course up. You click on that action to that plus, and that will add that into your total courses on the screen. So it'll add that in. Some courses may be abbreviated, so you have to make sure that you're registering for it carefully. You don't necessarily have to have the full title in most of the time when you are searching for a course. You could give, what you see on this screen is freshman sports and games. You could just probably put FRES in there and hit go, and it'll bring this course up. It'll make it a lot quicker for you in the registration process.
Also note, if you were to select a class and it was something that you didn't like, you can go back and delete that course from there. And then you'll see that your units will change and it will say delete this course as you're registering. So once you have everything in and you selected and you received your 32 out of 32 and you selected your alternates, and we encourage you to do 2 to 4. Okay, we would like for you to do at least 2 to 4 alternate courses on there. That's not going to change your units at all. These are above and beyond your units, so they won't add into your units. But we just want to make sure if we ever have to, if a course isn't being offered, that we have your alternates available. Okay?
We want to emphasize once again that when you look at your total courses in front of you, it says 32 of 32 in the top right hand. And it also, especially for students that are going to be 10th and 11th grade, you absolutely have to register for the type of schedule. So you have to put in traditional schedule semester 1. You have to put in traditional schedule semester 2. That will not automatically be put in for 10th and 11th graders. So make sure that you register for that, because if you don't, it will not come up as 32 of 32, and you're going to sit there looking at it going, well, I thought I had 12 classes in here, and it'll get a little frustrating. Make sure you have the type of schedule listed in there also. So this is the timeline that we're looking at. The registration information is going to be shared on February 10th in a number of different areas and avenues that we're going to present this material. The materials will be available, and the registration portal will actually open up at 8 a.m. on February 11th. So you can start registering at 8 a.m. February 11th. Now, if you register on February 11th, great. If you register on February 15th, super. It's not going to matter as far as you actually getting into the class. So if you register first, it's not like you're going to get ahead of somebody on this. We are going to try to provide opportunities for everybody to get the classes they're interested in being in. As you can see, the registration portal stays open all the way until February 26th at midnight. So you literally could go in and register on the February 12th, have a full schedule in there. You change your mind, you want to switch some classes, you can go in and do that all the way until February 26th.
You probably have some questions after listening to Mr. Bakke and I talk about courses and registration. The best thing for you to do is, if you do have questions, you can see the people to contact from Lakeville North and Lakeville South on this slide. Please do not hesitate to contact your child's dean or one of our assistants to get your questions answered. We are here to help, we are here to work with you, and we are here to get you registered for next year. Please take this very seriously, this registration process. Like Mr. Bakke said, if you register on the 11th when the portal opens, awesome. We try to get everybody completed in the first week and a half of the portal being open. That way we are left with the last few days to make corrections and things like that at the end. So please, try to get this done. I know it's different because we're not in the computer labs registering everybody, so it's on you, parents and students, to get this done. So if you have questions, again, please contact your child's dean or your dean in these questions. Thank you. Thank you for listening and going through these PowerPoint.